check it, you know. I just hope you can understand him more when he talks. But if you really look into it, everything we must say about the American them and actually matter, it's not like, you know. So just watch and check it out still, you know, and let me know what you guys think.
Haiti has an extraterrestrial material that is found nowhere else in the world except South Africa, and it's the purest in Haiti. 65 million years ago, an asteroid landed in this space. We have an asteroid mountain in different places. We have mountains, they're made of asteroid. They use this asteroid because it's the remain of this asteroid that is so heat resistant that they use for spacecrafts. 1 ton of Haiti's iridium.
Iridium. I wanted to get to
Iridium is worth $45 billion. We have mountains of it. They put soldiers and private military contractors in UN uniforms. They're everywhere in Haiti, digging out the mountain. So they literally, since 1986, with the fall of Duvalier, the US military has been taking out.
In essence, Putin was not interested in making Ukraine part of Russia. He was interested in making sure it did not become, quote unquote, a springboard for Western aggression against Russia. One might argue that Putin was lying about his motives, that he was attempting to disguise his imperial ambitions. As it turns out, I have written a book, one of the few books, about lying in international politics. It's entitled Why Leaders Lie, The Truth About Lying in International Politics. And it is clear to me that Putin was not lying. For starters, one of my principal findings in the book is that leaders do not lie much to each other. They lie more often to their own publics. Regarding Putin, whatever one thinks of him as a human being, he does not have a history of lying to other leaders. Although some assert that he frequently lies and cannot be trusted, there's actually little evidence of him lying to foreign audiences. Moreover, he has publicly spelled out his thinking about Ukraine on numerous occasions over the past 2 years, and he has consistently emphasized that his principal concern is Ukraine's relations with the West, especially with regard to NATO. He has never once hinted that he wants to make Ukraine part of Russia. If this behavior is part of a giant deception campaign, it would be without precedent in recorded history. Perhaps the best indicator that Putin is not bent on conquering and absorbing Ukraine is the military strategy Moscow has employed from the start of this campaign. The Russian military did not attempt to conquer all of Ukraine. That would have required a classic blitzkrieg strategy that aimed at quickly overrunning all of Ukraine with armored forces supported by tactical air power. That strategy was not feasible, however, because there were only 190,000 soldiers in Russia's invading army, which is far too small a force to vanquish and occupy Ukraine, which is not only the largest country between the Atlantic Ocean and Russia, but also has a population of over 40 million people. You're not going to conquer, occupy, and absorb a country of that size.
There are some star seeds. I'm speaking to the star seeds, and I'm speaking to the chosen ones, and I'm speaking to the called ones. I'm speaking to you. There are some of you who have been taught by the universe. You didn't have a tutor, a spiritual tutor. You didn't have a spiritual guru. You didn't have a spiritual teacher. You didn't have some of them showed up in your life, but they misled you. These people who you taught were your spiritual advisors. They misled you. They were in it for their own selfish gain. Usually, this is what will happen to a genuine starseed, is that you will be taken advantage of by spiritual teachers, spiritual gurus. Why? Because they can sense your genuine, naive trust. and they take advantage of it. They take advantage of it because they see your gullibility, and they take advantage of you not knowing that the universe itself, the divine itself, is your teacher. You came here to shed light. I am speaking to that particular chosen one, that particular star seed that is touching between the dimensions of the physical and the spiritual. You are different. You are different. You are different in so many levels. You find yourself alone and you try very hard to fit in with the crowd. But the reason why you cannot fit in is because you are supposed to be alone. Your life is a lonely road. But do not become discouraged. You really are not alone. The entire universe is with you. If you tap into that dimension, you will sense every single entity and every single spirit that is holding you up and that is surrounded around you. You will feel them. So I am speaking to this particular star seed who is the extreme. You are different. You are touching between the dimensions. Do not try to be a part of the crowd. You're not supposed to be. If your purpose and your mission required you to be a part of the crowd, then from the beginning, you would be a part of the crowd. There was a reason why you were separated. There's a reason why you were supposed to be alone. You are authentic, you are real, and you are genuine. Your spirituality is pure. The most purest form, the most purest essence. It is not tainted, and it is not full of lies, and it is not full of deception. You are the light bearer. You came to be different, and you came to shed light upon darkness. This is why you must be alone. If you are to be a part of the crowd, then you are like the crowd. You are swayed by the crowd, and you are looking for the approval of the crowd. The reason why the divine kept you alone, and the reason why the divine allowed you to go through your trials and your tribulation alone, and the reason why the divine allowed you to rise back up in your power alone, and the reason why the divine allowed you to be healed alone is because your mission is authentic and genuine, and every single facet of it, every single ounce of it, every single teaching of it is coming straight from the divine, not from man. If it was coming from man, then the divine would use men to teach you. If it was coming from man, then the divine would allow you to be in the public, with the public, amongst others. But no, the divine kept you alone and taught you alone and put you through the trials and the tribulation alone and taught you himself, itself. The spirit taught you. The elements taught you. The world taught you. The universe taught you, because your message and your mission is authentic, not tainted. It is real. It is genuine. You are being taught by the universe. You are not being taught by man. You are not swayed by man, nor are you influenced by man. You are one of a kind, different. Your mission is powerful. And when you awaken, you shook the very core foundation of the universe and all existence. And every demon in hell trembled at the sound of your awakening.
Know thyself, for to know thyself is to know everyone else. For we are all one energy, one vibration, one consciousness, one spirit. We are all one, with the same level and degree of love that you love yourself. Love everyone else.
Listen, get ready, my brothers and sisters. get ready, because they get ready to do something and use the sun as a reason on why, you know, a blackout, the power went out. You know what I mean? They're going to use that. They're going to use it. But we're going to be ready for this shit, man. I value each and every last one of y'all, man. I sincerely do, man. I really do. This is our time. This is one of our homes. We're not going to take a backseat to none of this shit no more. Black man, listen, so-called black man, listen, man, your brother right here, man, I fucking love you, bro. I mean that, man. I fucking value you, my brother. I mean that, man. Seriously, man. I would never let nothing. You can, listen, anybody will tell you, man, you would never see me have ever let, I don't even got to know you. I never even had to meet you, man. You ain't gonna never let, I could never walk by and let the law be harassing you or abusing you without me stepping up. So anybody that be sitting there talking about, oh, that's, what they call it, black supremacist. I'm a black supremacist. Call it whatever you want. Honeybees are honeybee supremacists. Elephants are elephant supremacists. Hippos are hippo supremacists. Let me tell you how deep nature is. And we're supposed to be the leading species of nature, which means nature should bow down to you and not attack you at any point in time in life. I tell you what, I tell you what, go walk over to a herd of buffaloes. Go walk over to a herd of hippos and see what happens. See what happens. They not playing no games, man. So stop that shit, man. Stop all this shit that black supremacists and all that, man. It ain't black supremacists. It's DNA and RNA. I'm prokaryotic cell supremacist. That's what I am. Prokaryotic cell supremacist. That's what I'm. Neuromelanin supremacist. DNA and RNA supremacist. That's what I am. You know what I mean? That's what I'm. Genetic supremacist. That's what I am. And I believe that everybody should be paying attention and dealing with their own genetics. Point blank.
So when he took the land away from the whites, the British, they're all British, the British government didn't like that. And their friends didn't like that. So they attacked the Zimbabwe dollar. When they don't like what you're doing, they attack your money. And your money starts to lose value. And as the money loses value, prices rise. They did it to a man called Robert Mugabe because they didn't like what he did. They had made a deal with Robert Mugabe that we'll transfer power to you on the condition that the slave master will continue to own all the land of Zimbabwe. And the slaves will only have little pieces here and there. All the fertile land. And Mugabe signed and became president. But then after some 20, 30 years, the slaves become restless now. Slave master still owns all the land. And when it became threatening to his rule, then the great revolutionary Robert Mugabe then said, no, now we'll take away the land from them. Great revolutionary.
The Illuminati has nothing to do with evil, nothing to do with all of that. The Illuminati is a group, well, the first group is a group of philosophers, a group of scholars that are not looking at reality based on the church. They're looking at it based on what we now call science. The other Illuminati is a group of bankers that start with the Rothschilds. And there were one Rothschild, there was 5 sons. And each Rothschild controlled a part of Europe. One son was England, one son was France, one son was Spain, one son was Germany. And they started a banking system in Europe, the Rothschilds. It was a Jewish family. Started a banking conglomerate throughout Europe, lending and lending money, making money on money. Mm-hmm. And their banking practice got so big that they began to finance governments. The bank began to finance wars and other things like that. And so this group of bankers got slapped with the term Illuminati. Bilderberg Corporation, which is his own Trilateral Commission. These are all committees and groups of nerds that want you to believe they are someone for you to fear. Mm. Those that know the truth know what the Illuminati is You know what Freemasonry is? In fact, you know that the only reason you can even speak the word Freemasonry and Illuminati is because the true secret society is operating on us right now, and you do not know. Those who are really in control, we don't even know their names.
Right.
We will never know their names. And here's the secret to life right here. The ones that are in control are righteous and good. The world is controlled by righteous people. Those righteous people make you believe that they must be feared so you don't rob them and beat them and run up in the White House and demand justice. These people keep big security all around them. Why? Because they're scared. Anytime a president you're the president of a nation, but you need security to walk amongst your people, you ain't the president.